Hello friends, welcome to this class on clocks. This is another typical example of clock sums. At what time between 4 and 5 o'clock the minute and hour hand of a clock are at right angles? At what time between 4 and 5 o'clock the minute and hour hand of a clock are at right angles? As we have discussed earlier, the full dial of a clock, the full dial can be divided into 60 spaces, which are the minute intervals. So at 4 o'clock, this is the position of the two hands. There is a difference of 20 spaces here. Between 12 and 4, the minute hand is at 12, the hour hand is at 4, so there is a difference of 20 spaces between them. As we did earlier, the operative principle here is that the minute hand should overtake. Please remember, the minute hand should overtake the hour hand by a certain number of spaces to be with the hour hand or to be a certain distance away from the hour hand. Here the distance required is a right angle. So right angle would mean 60 into 90 by 360, that is 15 spaces. The difference between hour and minute hand should be 15 spaces. If you look at the figure, this difference between hour and minute hand is 20 spaces. So if the hour hand were to move 5 spaces extra, if the minute hand were to move 5 spaces extra than the hour hand, they would be at right angles. Similarly, if the minute hand moves 20 spaces extra than the hour hand and then another 15, then also they would be at right angles. So this question has two answers. One, where the minute hand moves just 5 spaces more than the hour hand, and one where the minute hand moves 20 plus 15, 35 spaces more than the hour hand. Let us look at the two answers one by one. Minute hand overtakes the hour hand by 55 spaces in 60 minutes, as we did before. Minute hand overtakes the hour hand by 55 spaces in 60 minutes. So it will overtake the hour hand by 5 spaces in 5 by 11 minutes. By simple unitary method we can do this calculation. So at 5 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock, the two hands are at right angles. Again, if the minute hand reaches the hour hand and then crosses, then also there is a right angle. For that, minute hand has to cover 20 spaces plus 15 extra spaces, so 35 spaces. Again, like before, using unitary method, minute hand overtakes the hour hand by 55 spaces in 60 minutes, so 35 spaces in 38 2 by 11 minutes. So the second answer is 38 2 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock, the hour and minute hand are at right angles to each other. Cheers.